welcome back to the Matt's Railway Adventures YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me today as I've come back to the West Somerset Railway, because it was announced recently that today they would be running a couple of trips up and down the line with the HST that they were given a little while back, which has been stationed up at Minehead. And it transpires that today it's not just the HST, it's actually a complete mixed traction day with a mixture of steam, diesel and the HST running. So definitely says a good day to come and do this. Hopefully we'll be able to do a bit of everything, bit of diesel, bit of steam, bit of the HST. Hopefully make a nice little video. First train of the day from Bishop's Lydeard is a diesel one, behind the 6566, which I think I saw at the diesel gala. Then there'll be steam, and the HST as well during the day, which will be good. It could be busy here at Bishop's Lydeard because you've also got the Flying Scotsman static display today, which, as I've not got a ticket for, I can't do, but that's next week instead. So yeah, I'm going to bring you along for the ride, and we'll see what we can get throughout the day. As you can see just over there, you've got the Flying Scotsman who's been rolled in for its static display day by the 4107. Got to give a little quick glimpse of that. So just arrived into Watchers, and this is my first little split point. Just waiting for the 6566 to depart. I actually stood on the footbridge over the railway. I thought it's going to be a different angle of the train has been departing. Let's wait for that to go. Then I think I've got about half an hour or so here, then going up to Minehead, but that will be behind the HST. There we go. So yeah, definitely chosen a good day to pop out today. It is, very much mixed traction. We've got the HST soon, and they're also using whichever steamer it is, which I have seen, 9351 I think it is that's being used. So yeah, gonna be a good little day. Yeah, definitely a good way to spend the penultimate day of my time off. Messing around with the West Somerset Railway, but as some certain people would say, saying their name's Mr. Neil Potter, living the dream. So that's 43154 and HST just pulling into Watchet Station. One of the main reasons for coming out today was to ride an HST on the West Somerset Railway. Quite a cool thought, quite a cool sight. Is it all going to fit in? Yes, I would say so. There we go, HST at Watchet Station. There we go. had come off, but it was actually announcing that it was going to London Paddington. I don't think it is. I think this is going to Minehead. Bit of a difference. It's still got.
We'll be calling at Reading, Taunton, Exeter St David, Newton. The next station is Reading. This is the Great Western Railway service to Penzance.
Okay, now it's saying that the next station is Reading. At least we know that the things still work, just a little bit out. It has caused a few little titters on the train, which is always a good thing. Now, strictly what they should be saying is that the next stop is Blue Anchor, and this is the service from Bishop's Lydiard to Minehead, stopping at or calling at Blue Anchor and Minehead only. Unfortunately, it would have been lovely. It's not. It would have been lovely to have had an HST doing the request stop at Donovan Holt, but it's not. But there's still services serving Donovan Holt. I don't know me by now. I'm trying to work my route, so I do Donovan Holt. Right now, heading to Minehead. I don't actually know if I ever rode on an HST. If I didn't, this is the first time. It's a good reason to come out and do the West Somerset Railway to experience this. Don't think we had to see it well, but in the background is Dunster Castle. That's one good thing with the West Somerset Railway. Wherever you look, you do get nice scenery. There's the other behind me somewhere. You've got the coast as well. Right, just arrived into Minehead on the HST, and on the opposite side you've got the diesel brakes that go back out. So 43155. There we go, there's the HST 43155. And right here's the diesel that we first came up on this morning, 6566, which is getting ready to head back down shortly. Train there. Right, so I'm writing other people's photos. It's nice to see Minehead busy like this again. I do think part of the slow is because of the HST, which is definitely a good reason to go and see it today. They have removed GW, still actually make a GWR. If you've been around here the last few months, you'll see it just parked up down the bottom. If I do what I've been doing that, I'm walking down, you can still see everything behind me. And what we got, where it's been the last little while, just got empty carriages and whatnot. Hello, Jonathan. Hang on. If I just walk back. Right, so that's the diesel gone. So you've seen the diesel, we've seen the HST. Now you just got to see some steam. The HST is gaining a lot of interest, which actually does not surprise me. It's not something you'd normally see running on the WSR. You also wonder if, because it is sort of like a mixed traction day with steam, diesel and the HST all running, but that's attracting a few more people out. Then we've got parked up. Then over there you've got D2133, a little shunter thing with a couple of coaches. And parked over the engine shed, you've got 2999, one of these steamers. That's everything they parked up there. And then that's the front of the HST 43154. And then right here, parked up on platform 2, you've also got DMU, diesel multiple unit. It'd be nice if that had been running today as well. Right, that's the swinger cut through. So yeah, parked up here, you've got Lady of Legend. And in the end you said you got another diesel. And it looks like there's a steamer hiding as well. Then parks up right at the far end is 7828, another steamer. Oh, so Oldley Manor. So plenty going on here at Minehead today, which in some ways doesn't surprise me. Right, got a little bit of time to go have a wander around. Let's go have a little wander. Hello from Blue Anchor. Just got off the HST here from Minehead. It looks like it only no, it does fit in comfortably. I wasn't quite sure from where it was, but wandering down towards where the station buildings are, there's a little bit of room.
That's fine. We can cope with that.
Yeah, I think I've got about an hour here at Blue Anchor. Then I can finally do my first little bit of steam of the day. I just want to get a picture of the HST while I'm here as well. Normally if you see an HST at Blue Anchor. Here we go, that 43155, so it's class 43 HST. Getting ready to leave, can't quite go yet because the red semaphore signal there. Yeah, enjoy the sight and sound of the speeds of HST at Blue Anchor. You ain't going to see it very often, if at all. Definitely a good way to use multiple different things, given how dry it's been the last few weeks. There's a potential line fires, whatever you want to call them. So put the HST in and do as a mixed traction. And the thing that these things used to thunder along the main line to London Paddington, now it's sat here doing by 25 miles per hour along the West Somerset Railway line. I have to say, I do think it looks a lot nice. It does look better than the modern day IETs anyway. But the IETs are probably quicker and safer. But there's something iconic about a good old HST. And I wonder if it's being held here. They've now got the level crossing open, so might be something else to come through. Ah, Steve. Right here now we've got 9351 steaming very well. It's about to head up to Minehead yeah, there we go, guys. Sat there still is 53154 and 53155. It's not very often you're going to get a steamer and an HST going together, or at the same time on a platform like that. So I'm glad, that's one thing I'm glad to have seen. The crossing is now shut, and it actually looks like the museum here is open, so I've never actually been to the museum here at Blue Anchor, so that'll give me something to do. Let's give you one final look at the HST with the, there you go, Blue Anchor as well. Yeah, a little bit of a bonus bit of content now, but first couple of times I've done stuff here at Blue Anchor, like let's visit Blue Anchor Station and whatnot. The little museum wasn't open. It is open. So let's go have a little look. I must remember if I'm more, yeah, I definitely think if I'm doing footage, I'm talking to the camera, if I have it like that, you still see the station. Yeah, let's remember to keep doing that going forward. So here we to the museum, Blue Anchor Railway Museum. Hello, my love. How you doing? So what have we got in here? The GWI in West Somerset. Interesting. My God. Let's look at all those lines. Let's think. You can't get to Helston now. Falmouth you can. That line doesn't exist. That does. I haven't done it. Loo. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. That needs to come back. That doesn't exist. Kingswear, that's heritage. I will do that one day. That doesn't exist. All that there. Exeter. Oh, okay. Tilton Junction doesn't exist. Chard, there isn't one. That line, Norton, would be about there. Yeah, it is. That's Norton Junction there, my finger is. It's shame that line don't exist. That would be nice. That's where we are now. My God. Beaching. You were, I know you were doing it on behalf of somebody else so they were protected, but you were a complete and utter swine for killing off all these lines. I'm just so glad that some of them are coming back. Yeah, actually not a bad little museum. Just shows a bit of history and everything around here. Hello. Yeah, it's a good way to waste 5 minutes in here actually. And yeah, for free, can't complain. You can make a donation if you want to. Yeah, the WSL Learning Portal. Yeah, if you do ever come back or ride the West Somerset Railway and have a break at Blue Anchor, and it's open, I'd highly recommend having a little look at that museum. So if I remember, do you know like that? Yep, that was a little museum. Good way to kill five minutes. Well, this segment's about 3, so I'll give me a quick once over. Right, so I've got about an hour here. Then down to one of, if not my favourite stations on the line, Doniford Halt. Yay! Now, just arriving into Blue Anchor now is the steam engine that's running today. 93.51. Perfect space. Yeah, that's just lodging now to hop on and hopefully be able to request join for toll. Hello from Doniford Holt. I was saying to the gentleman on the train there, whenever I go up here, if there's something going to Doniford Holt, like working, I will stop at Doniford Holt. Compromised to being. Let me show you that. Yeah, I was mentioning in another video recently about a pagoda shelter. That is the pagoda shelter from a former line somewhere. $15.12 roughly. Yep, as I said, there's never anything here, but just because you have to request it, for me, is enough to justify using it. And it's just 10 minutes of peace and quiet, 10 minutes to chill, and all that. Can't think of any other heritage lines that I know of which has a request stop on it, because Gloucestershire, Warwickshire with Hales Abbey Holt isn't. That's just only used at quieter times of the year. Pardon me. If I just do that, get away just to show you the view. That's another good reason why it's always nice to get off here at Doniford. So we've got the diesel coming through shortly, which I will be requesting. Back to Minehead. Then from Minehead, again it's on the diesel, all the way back to Bishop's Lydeard. Finished for the day. Yep, stopped.
Coming on?
I am. Right, just arrived back into Minehead for the final time on the diesel. Got about 40 minutes here now, then back to Bishop's Lydeard on the diesel. Then that'll be the end of the day here on the West Somerset Railway. So I'm calling it the mixed traction day, and actually quite a good enjoyable day, just doing all the different things. Not much with the steam, but that's just unfortunate. There's times I was wanted to do a little bit more with, especially with the HST. And then the diesel. Let's just wander up and have a look. I think, well, I've actually shown everything there is to show you engine wise, locomotive wise, it's out in the banks. It's rather busy as well, yeah. Yeah, that's the diesel engine that's just brought us in. Yeah, that's that one. Even not quite sure it is, but still looks pretty immaculate. So I will, go have a little wander and we'll document some more when I'm heading back to Bishop's Lynn. Just arrived back into Bishop's at the end of the day to find Earl Steak Manor steaming away nicely to the bottom of platform 1. Nice to see Earl Steak Manor doing something. And in the little, I don't know, show platform we come in on. And then in at the bottom of the bay platform, got the little shunter out as well. And something in the way down there. Yeah, there's Earl Steak Manor. Good thing they give you 20 minutes before the car park gets locked at the end of the day. There's always something interesting to see. So it's been a break ban or something day. It's been a taster day for something. That might explain that one. Yeah. That's what's going on there. And right here is the diesel that's just pulled us back from Minehead, 6566. It's rather noisy down with those diesel engines, so let's walk away quick. Let's find someone to wrap this video up. Get out of the way somewhere, I think. Right, I think everyone's out of the way, so I think we're going to wrap it up outside the waiting room today. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the variety of engines on show down West Somerset Railway is one great and mixed attraction day. If you did, let me know which one was your favourite in the comments below. And yeah, please remember to like, subscribe, share and all that kind of good stuff as well. And until next time, I'll talk to everybody very soon. So from Bishop's Lydiard Station, choo choo or puff puff for now.